Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before and you're here for the deck tech today, please hit the subscribe button, get ready to hit the like button, and as I always say, if you don't like the video, when you hit the dislike button at the end, if you do that, please leave me a comment and tell me why so I can improve it even more. Anyway, I'm going into another one of the commanders from Lord of the Rings today that hasn't again proven that popular, but if you watched the Hobbit series of films, you will also know that this person was also Doctor Who at some stage, and I really liked the character he played in the films. And of course, I'm talking about Sylvester McCoy, who played Radagast the Brown. In MTG terms, this is a 2 and double green for a 2/5 Avatar Wizard. And whenever Radagast the Brown or another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is that creature's mana value. You may reveal a creature card that doesn't share a creature type with the creature you control from among those cards, and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So it's kind of like Radagast wants to build his family of animals up, as we all know he does in the book anyway, not so much in the film. I don't think it really went into that much, but in the book it does. And I figured it was time to have a look at this, because I did notice that quite a few of the podcasts I listen to have really said Radagast isn't that great a commander, but I wanted to do it anyway, so I'm hoping you're going to enjoy today's video and my little take on Radagast. So here we go. As usual, start with the mana base, and I'm going to be 100% honest, there are 37 forests in this deck. I haven't gone with anything else at all, just went with the forests. Yes, you can change it around, but I just want to play a mono green deck, because, you know, Radagast lives in the forest most of the time, so we might as well do that. But we have got some ways of getting things into play really quickly. Mox Tantalite, Jeweled Lotus, and Sol Ring, that's it. I've gone with a minimal amount of artifact ramp for this deck because I really want to try and hit as many different creature types as we could. I have got other ways of getting extra lands in play, like Exploration is here, and Solemn Sims around as well to help out when we get to there. But on the whole, very simplified mana base and so forth. I mean, you can drop Jeweled Lotus and put Arcane Signet in if you want to. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to try it this way. I may change it when I've played it a few more times, but at the moment it was just good fun to play this deck, so keep it that way for now. On to the other spells. So we have got Birds of Paradise here, Exploration I've already mentioned, and Utopia Sprawl, just to really get us that extra bit of green mana when we cast it. Heroic Intervention helps us protect our creatures when we get there, and here we go with some of the creatures. Lotus Cobra appears. Prosperous Innkeeper appears, because, you know, it's a halfling at the end of the day. Strange way to get a halfling into play from the Forgotten Realms set, but it's still a halfling. Nature's Law is also here, just to go and find another forest if we need to. Rampant Growth gets us another forest out. Caryatid, different type of creature type, so we get to look at the top two cards. Voyaging Satire, so we can, you know, hopefully get this into play and untap the land that we've chucked the Utopia Sprawl on, which is nice. Avatar Resolute is also in, and Sylvian Anthem, because every creature we've got is green, and we might as well get some scrying action on the go when we play those green creatures, as well as pumping them up, so yeah. Azuzu Lost But Seeking, it gets us extra lands into play if we've got the extra lands in our hand. Cultivate goes and searches out those extra lands. Dryads here, we've got a Nymph Dryad. It does, yeah, okay, every land you control over the basic type, but it gives us another way of playing extra lands each turn. Gift of Paradise, Grafted Growth, and I think I had the other one somewhere down here. Can't remember. They'll come up in a minute, undoubtedly, just so we can put some enchantments on some land and get extra mana off, you know. Life from this one, +1/+1 counter from here. Growing Rights is here as well, because we are going for big creatures as things progress, as you will see. Kodoma's Reach, the other version of Cultivate. Omnath. I thought this was quite a nice way of making sure we could have loads of green mana available as and when we needed it. Hence why Omnath makes an appearance for the first time in a long time in one of my decks. Rexage to blow up something that's annoying us. Ronus the Indomitable, just to make sure we can give our creatures +2 and trample when we have the mana flowing around, which we should do quite quickly. Rights of Flourishing, card draw, extra land draw. Weirding Wood, that's what I was looking for. Gives us a clue token so we get a card draw when we play this one. Bow with 9 Leer gives all our attacking creatures a death touch, which is nice. And then if we want to pay the extra to do some damage to a fly, gain some life, or perhaps 4 cards from your graveyard on the bottom of your library in any order. Yeah, Not a bad way of recycling stuff from our graveyard occasionally. Jade Light Ranger, Merfolk Scout Ranger. So this is one of the ones we can always see, because I think it's the only Merfolk in the deck. Explores and explores again. Troll Aesthetic, Hexproof Regeneration. Notice all the different creature types. I have tried to keep it as varied as possible, by the way. Witch Stalker for a wolf. Tribute to the World Tree. Easy one to cast in this deck where we're playing mono green. Card draw, +1/+1 counters, thank you very much. Alongside Lifecrafter's Beastery. I'm quite happy to pay an extra green mana for my creature spells when I cast them to get that card draw on the go. Champion of Ronas, just so we can exert it and put a creature card from our hand onto the battlefield, which could be quite useful. Guardian Project, because more card draws always good. Monster Manual gives us a way to cheat in some of the heavy hitters we've got coming up shortly. I'm not so interested in doing the zoological study as I am getting Monster Manual in play and getting it activated. Nylea, God of the Hunt, gives all our creatures trample, and then we get to pump up those creatures, which is really cool. Oracle of Muldai, extra land, play with the lands off top of our library, get our ramp on the go. Toski, Bearer of Secrets, attacks each combat if able, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to play, we get to draw a card. So another way of getting our card draw. I mean, there is an argument to have Reliquary Tower in the deck with this, but we'll see how it goes. Beast Whisperer gives us more card draw. Garrick lets us untap our lands. Surek makes sure that we have, if creatures you control have a total of power 8 or greater, we get to give one of the biggest ones haste that's just come into play, maybe. Solemn Sim I've mentioned. I can never say this. Asceticism makes sure we've got all our creatures with hexproof, and we get to regenerate our creatures, which is quite cool. Defiler of Vigor gives all our green, whenever you cast a green permanent spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, which is just crazy still in my head. Outland Colossus, bit of renownedness and can't be blocked by more than one creature. It's pretty good fun though, if we make it renowned, make it into a 12/12. Seedborn Muse, we can untap all our permanents, get all our land, and hopefully, if I remember the rules right around Omnath, we can tap them and keep hold of that mana all the way through. Shamanic Revelation, a bit more card draw, a bit of life gain. Verdurous Gear Hulk, just so we can chuck some more +1/+1 counters around and get the construct on the go. Bootlegger Stash, so we can get some treasure tokens to help with our mana if we need it. Another version of Garrick, this one the Savage Herald is here though. Reveal the +1, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into your hand. Gives you another way of drawing cards if we need to. The fight ability, or the bite ability I should say, -2 is also very useful. Don't think we're going to get to the -7 that often, but if we do, all good for us. And Soul of the Harvest, another way of drawing cards as things go along. Then we've got what I really call the Beat Stick Brigade at the end here. Avenger of Zendikar hopefully comes in late with all those plant tokens. There's still some land to draw. Old Gnawbone, just to give us more treasure tokens if we need them. Thorn Mammoth, or another creature enters the battlefield you control. Thorn Mammoth fights up to one target creature you don't control. A bit of spot removal if you need it. Just be careful if you've got the Thorn Mammoth in play and you play the Avenger, because you will kill off all your creatures. Or you kill off your Thorn Mana anyway. Aetherwild Basilisk enters the battlefield or attacks you, get an energy for each creature you control, and then we can just pump this to heaven and beyond with the amount of creatures we'll have in play. Polyraptor is dealt damage, create a token as a copy of Polyraptor, so keep expanding those Polyraptor dinosaurs. And then create a hoof and Enraze Forerunners do basically the same thing. Pump our creatures, give them trample. Yes, create a hoof is a lot more efficient than Enraze is, but you know, if you're going to have one, you might as well have both and have done with it. Enraze, I like create a hoof because of the extra, the whole +X and trample. But Enraze Forerunners does have its bonus as well, where it gives everything vigilance as well, which makes it a little bit. It's a tie in my head between the two, so I'm quite happy to play both when I'm playing the deck. The Great Henge, because yeah, we're gonna have a lot of creatures in play, we might as well have it in. Apex Devastator, because I just love the card. I'm playing a mono green deck where I'm ramping. And then Genesis Wave. I've got a real thing about casting Genesis Wave where X equals 10. I've done it several times throughout my entire Magic career, and I'm really hoping that I can do it with this deck, because X is 10 will just give us so much value, it'll be ridiculous, I hope. But yeah, even if it's X equals 8, you'd want to keep it sort of like... I prefer doing 10 with the Apex Devastator if I haven't played the Devastator already. If not, I will try and do X is 9 to make sure that if I do hit the Great Henge, it comes into play. But on a whole, I try and go for X is 8, just so we're clear on that. But I just like Genesis Wave, so sorry if you don't. But that's it. That is my take on Radagast the Brown. I think it's a fun commander. I really do. I'm not quite sure why people are not so impressed with it. It's complicated, yes, and you have to think about all your creature types in your deck, which I have done. But at the end of the day, it's a little bit fun. I'm not going to say it's going to be CEDH deck at some stage, because I don't think it would be. But in this form, it's going to be a fun deck to play if you're playing on a casual table in your friendly local gaming store, or if you want to play something a bit more fun and relaxing on MTGO. I'll be playing it at some stage this week on stream, so come and see me. I'll give it a run out and you can have a laugh. But that's it. There's a link to the stream down below in the description, so go and give me a sub over there as well. And I'm really hoping you subscribe to the YouTube channel now, so thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day.